Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. We're in the farm kitchen this morning, and if you notice that I'm struggling, yes, I'm on the struggle bus. And here is why. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful sight, but those of you that know me know that I have a huge aversion to very hot peppers, and mostly it is the fumes of them. I can eat hot peppers. I'm a weenie, I'm not gonna lie. But I can eat hot things. I love hot sauce. I love pickled jalapenos. I love spicy pickled things. But the fumes of hot peppers gets to me really, really bad. It gets to me in my throat and I cough a lot, and so I'm suffering a little bit this morning, but I'm taking one for the team because I love my husband. I grew these hot peppers for my husband, but our situation is a little bit complicated in the sense that he is not here while the peppers grow. So instead of depleting nutrients out of these peppers and dehydrating them to store them for him to make sauce when he gets home, I thought, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. So I am trying out a hot sauce recipe. I'm using the Datil peppers that we grew in our garden. You know those packets that we got from Baker Creek, I think it was a couple years ago, and they were like excessively hot. I mean, like there was a warning on the back of the seed packet. They are comparative to a habanero. So 100,000 to 300,000 Scoville units, that's too hot for me. But for some of you, it's not. It's not ghost pepper hot, but it is hot. So I am using Chili Pepper Madness website. I found it just by Googling Datil peppers, recipe, because I was trying to figure out what to do with them. And they do have a very fruity flavor, much like a habanero does. So they are very good for making hot sauces. So they say. This hot sauce smells incredible. What I did, I followed the recipe. I'm gonna put the recipe in right here. And I followed it pretty much to a T. I did 3.5 ounces of Datil peppers, 3 ounces of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And we have this fermented garlic and honey that Mr. Wonderful did. He's the fermentation man of the family. Like he's gotten it down pretty good. So he fermented this garlic in honey for me. I used 2 tablespoons of this with the cloves. So a little heavy on the garlic, but we like garlicky things. So I modified that, knowing that we would, I need it to be a little bit sweeter for me, to take a little bit of the heat away, and B, we love garlic. So I just went ahead and used 2 tablespoons of that instead of the honey and the garlic powder in the recipe. And then a 1/4 cup of water, and now it looks like it does. And this is after being cooked down for 20 minutes. And I can already tell I'm gonna need to add more water to this, but I've let it cool a little bit. And we're gonna put it in the blender and get it blended up to the consistency that I want. And I'm also gonna check it for salt, because I just did a little bit of salt in it. I didn't want to use too much. So we're gonna get this in the blender and start blending and see what we can make of it. Go ahead and add in a little bit of water. Be enough. It's a half a cup now. Added water. All right. Take a look here. It is not runny enough for me. Another quarter cup of water. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, we're getting closer. But I want it to be a sauce, not a, I shouldn't say that. I want it to be a liquid, not a sauce. So I'm going to add another quarter cup of water. Yep. Whoa. I'm trying to decide if that's... I think I like that consistency. So now, and yes, I'm hacking and I'm struggling over here. I'm telling you guys, it's not fun for me. But I really want to do it, and I really want to try to get my body used to it. You know, suck it up, buttercup kind of stuff. So I want to try it and see if it needs salt, and then I'm going to heat it back up and we'll put it in jars. Okay, wish me luck. I hope I don't die. There's just a little bit on this spoon, and I'm literally just going to dab my tongue on it and taste it that way first, because I have a full day of work ahead of me with clients and stuff, and I don't want to ruin my voice before work. Oh, holy Hannah. A super hot. I mean, like instantaneously, my tip of my tongue was on fire. But it subsides like a lot of hot sauces do. It's like Tabasco hot, you guys. It's hot. It's hotter than Tabasco. Whew. Oh, and the paprika. I changed the paprika. I added smoked paprika because I was just going to say I can really taste the smokiness of that paprika. I like it. Oof. I don't think it needs any more salt. I only put about a teaspoon of salt in it originally. So that's what I used for salt. I need a water break, hold on. I intentionally got a jug of ice water before I started this video because I knew that I was gonna struggle through it, but I wanted to struggle through it for a couple reasons. I grow all of these peppers and things and I pick them and I take you along with me to pick them, and then I wasn't showing you anything that I was doing with them. Now I do put a lot of them in salsa. I pickle a lot of them. I'll show you one of the things that I do with a lot of them. This is what I do. I refill my pickled pepper jars. These are all from my garden. I just used mostly the juice from the pickled pepper, and then I used mostly the juice from that jar. I had emptied that jar, and then as I kept using it, I just refilled it with my own pickled juice. It's just in the same jar. So those aren't shelf stable, those are refrigerator pickles, but that's where a lot of my peppers go. So that I wanted to show you that, and Mr. Wonderful is coming home this month, so I kind of really wanted to do something for him and have something done for him that with fresh peppers, so that he can see what it tastes like with fresh peppers, because cooking with dehydrated peppers is, although it's great, it's just not the same. So I wanted to try this, so let's get this back on the stove. Well, shoot, I just poured all of it in there without you guys watching. So we're gonna let this come to a boil, and the only reason why I'm doing this is just for jar sealing purposes. I just want to bring it to a boil, that's it. I'm not cooking it down. The recipe doesn't call for this. I'm just bringing it back to a boil so that when I put the lids on my jars, hopefully they'll seal. Well, that looks awfully pretty. So that recipe made 2 half-pint jars for me, which is a pint, which is 2 cups worth of hot sauce. Now, I am not canning this. I know that I put it in jars with lids, and my hope is that these, because it is a boiling boiling contents that I put into the jar, that they will seal. However, that is not considered safe canning. It's not considered shelf stable, but what I can do is I can put them in the fridge and they will last for a lot longer with sealed lids. So my guess is I can store these for months in the fridge with sealed lids. Now, once I crack the lid, then that's a different story. So that's my hope on these. I'm not an expert. Do your own research. Please don't take my advice as far as storing hot sauce, because I have never made hot sauce. I have no experience with storing hot sauce. I just wanted to take you guys along with another thing that I'm making in my kitchen from my garden. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this really short video of just making some hot sauce out of the garden, and I will catch you on the next one. Yours truly.